And now, introducing the new Sneaky Gman store on SD. All you got to do, go on to SD, type in Sneaky Gman store, and you could get your very own Are You My Malacca shirt, Samsung cell phone case, or just a cap or a beanie. Let's go Giants. Ow. Hey guys, I appreciate you wanting to enjoy the show. First, I got to give a couple shout outs. First off, I want to give a shout out to dresscomfy.com. She has the latest and greatest for Sneaky G-Man merch. So please, check it out. dresscomfy.com. Also want to give a shout out to 3 a.m. Water Hydration for the go-getters. Natural spring water. Go get it. Now let's go do the damn thing. Before we do the damn thing, I got to give a shout out to George's Trophies, aka Sergeant M replica trophies. Guys, Father's Day coming up soon. This is the perfect gift. Matter of fact, this is the perfect gift for any occasion. I mean, who wouldn't want a replica Super Bowl trophy of their team? The team that got the ultimate prize, the Lombardi Trophy. So when you get a chance, go to his Facebook page, George's Trophies, a.k.a. Sergeant M's Replica Trophies. Now, we gonna do the damn thing.
You're listening to Make It Count, the Sneaky G podcast on Northeast Streaming Sports.
Is this thing on?
It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. Sneaky G.
Yeah. Lyrical assassin.
Let's go, Giants! Ow! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. Sneaky G. Man, what is up? It's been it feels like forever. It feels like forever, like the locos. Yes, it feels like forever. Ever and ever and ever. A lot has happened. Well, I mean, the same old song, lost again. Trade deadline came and went. Shocker. No moves. From what I'm hearing, there was attempts, but nobody wanted Neal, or nobody wanted to pay the price of Evan Neal. I saw something interesting in the game this week. You know, the one that we lost again, 2-7, third year in a row. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Jalen Hyatt is taking some kickoffs. He's returning kicks. I'm okay with that. I mean, can't get any better, can't get any worse. Hell, at least he can use his speed for something, right? This week we go to Chicago and we play against the Bears. Art, shout out. Hope you're watching the show. I don't know. I don't know what to expect, but I do have. I know a lot of people. You know, I'm always positive, right? I'm always positive, and I'm Team Dable, right? Well, that
let me just stop right there. And let me go ahead and just bring up everybody real quick. Dash, what's up?
Big Dash, what's up?
What it do?
How we doing?
Now, Danny, I want to thank you so much for sending me some info. Oh, I need to send out the link. Thanks for remind me, Corbin. And I'm gonna play it for y'all. I'm gonna play it real quick. Okay. So bear with me for a sec while I get this bad boy. Oh wait, I already have it out here. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, maybe I need to hold on a sec. Oh yeah, that's right. Here we go.
So I've done some poking around. I've done some digging around. And I've now gotten this from multiple people I trust, which is why I'm going to come here with it. The Giants were firing Brian Daboll off the plane after the collapse in Denver.
Really?
He was fired.
Fired?
Ownership got together, cooler heads prevailed, and they decided not to fire Brian Daboll off the plane in Denver. But in the immediacy of that collapse, the decision to throw on 3rd and 5, like Tiki had crushed after that game, enough apparently was enough from people of importance with the Giants that he was fired off the plane in Denver, and cooler heads have prevailed, which has now led to stories about the split ticket. Brian Daboll's as good as gone and was basically gone 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
If not for somebody stepping up within ownership and calming that down.
Now, you don't know the specific names because I can just surmise myself.
I will tell you that the person making the decision to fire him was not Joe Shane in that moment, but you could surmise from there.
It's ownership.
Ownership.
Me and John Mara have a lot in common. We're both fans. We're both diehard fans. We both get angry when our team loses. So I would surmise that John Mara wanted him fired, and then maybe he was, as you said, talked out of it. That shows you that he is dead man walking, Brian Daboll, that it is very difficult to survive this season if he was already halfway fired.
Okay. Hold on, there's a few more. Oh, here we go. Ant.
What's up, fellas? What's up, Ant?
What's good, bro?
Keefe, what's going on, guys?
Really?
Corbin. I know you got to say, and then we got to say.
He's absolutely got to stay.
Hell no.
Get him off the show. Get
I'll be
Corbin
down
off the
here in a
show.
second.
Get Corbin off the show.
Absolutely,
Okay.
got to stay.
All right. So,
It's time to clean house, boys.
Yo, we got to clean it, baby. Some pine
Oh,
sol or
snap,
something.
it's-
Fabuloso. Put some Fabuloso in it.
we got
It's gonna take a lot more than that to clean this up.
Need some pine sol, Fabuloso, something. And it stinks.
now, Dash, I want you to lead the charge, and then but before I do that, actually,
You don't want me to lead nothing.
before I do that, right? First off, I want to thank you all for being patient with me. We're back after a Thursday, Tuesday hiatus. Now I want to say this. I want to say this before I give it to Dash, Corbin, and TP, the panel. I'm pro Dable, right? I'm Team Dable. Okay. Daryl, be quiet. Now
I'm laughing at your commander in chief up there, Corbin.
Well, no. This is my thing. This is my issue. Okay. The fact that he was talking about Denver and the manner that we lost, and oh yeah, I got to say this out here too. Mental health, guys. If you need somebody, please.
I was so unfortunate, man. So young and so young.
Get a hold of me, okay? This is a sad story.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to say is this: is that Gano was hurt a little bit last week, right? Came to practice this week, and he felt a little something. Turns out he has a herniated disc. Okay. Now, as far as I know, Gano is not pulling himself out the game. Now, I'm going to say it right here on the show. I don't know the status of Koo. I don't know if he can, make a field goal. I don't. All I know is that he's healthy. That's all I know. Okay. If Gano gets on that plane, gets on the field, if he misses one extra point, I mean, it's the fact that I want to say if he even starts kicking warm-ups, you guys are right about the decision-making on this coaching staff. You guys are right. And that I can no longer defend that. I cannot no longer defend Dable and his decision making. Now that being said, Dash, what say you?
I'm right back where I was in January of last year. Oh, I should say January of this year, where you got to clean house. Everybody got to go. What are we waiting for? What are we expecting to see? What are we looking for that might be different? What gives you the idea that anything will be different? Because I mean, in Dable's just decision to hold on to coaches doesn't help either. So for me, you go from 9 wins to 6 wins to 3 wins. Now we're looking at 2 wins, third year in a row with we're 2-7. I mean, the writing's on the wall for me. I don't know where you're going to come in, Corbin, with the defense, but I can't wait to hear it.
Oh, I'm gonna say what Corbin.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, you're gonna be last, Corbin, because I wanna.
TP wants to hear it too. TP wants to hear it too.
Everybody gonna get a bite.
And I'm back to where I was, man. I think Dable has peaked. He peaked, and it is what it is. And I think right now that one thing we could hold on to is not losing the locker room. And now it might not be his fault that the locker room is lost, but it's still his locker room.
TP's here. I gotta go get my notebook.
So there's some issues.
Ant, and TP, I'm gonna come to you after Ant. Ant,
take your time.
If I'm John Mara, I'm on the phone right now, kissing both butt cheeks of Brian Flores, apologizing for not making him my head coach. Period. End of story. I would be kissing that dude's ass until he finally agrees to be our head coach. I've been a big defender of Joe Shane. He's got to go, man. I'm done. Somebody brought up some stats for me. Over the last 4 years, the Giants have 5 players, 5 out of every draft that have made an impact. That is not good.
Yeah.
That is not good.
No, it's not.
The coordinators, we know the deal with that. Part of me still thinks that Brian Kafka was, or Mike Kafka was sold a bag of magic beans that just never sprouted. I still think he can be a good offensive coordinator. I just don't think there's so much going on in my mind right now. And again, it started falling apart with the whole Wink thing, with the Xavier McKinney thing. Like that's when it started falling apart. And us as fans, we try and hold on to it because granted the draft picks, like I'm not going to lie. I can't speak for everybody, but I'm one of those people that was going, yes, Kayvon Thibodeau. Yes, Evan Neal. Okay, we got our offensive line and blah blah blah. And then it just
I was also like that.
And the thing with me is when it comes to draft picks, it's literally a lottery. Like you're trying to pick who you think's going to fit the team, who's going to be the best player. And more times than not, you don't hit with that. But the fact that again, over 4 years, there's 5 guys on this team that have made an impact of those draft picks. It's not a good look, man. So, like I said, they got to clean house, man. And for the record, I don't want John Gruden anywhere near this team. Stay away.
Hey, can I ask you something based off of what you just said right there? If you were in the same belief that Joe Shane has been in like throughout the years as far as like picks that he's made. So you said like, for example, when he picked Kayvon Thibodeau, you also thought it was a good pick as well as others, right?
I did.
Does that kind of get him a leg to stand on when you say, well, if I was in that position, I would have done the same thing? Or is it still like you deserve the blame because your evaluation process isn't working? So, how do you?
For me, it's both. It's absolutely both, because as a fan looking in, I wanted some of these guys that he picked that turned out to be nothing or okay at best. So as a fan, I'm looking at it like that. As a GM in general, I mean, that's why he gets paid the big bucks. We as fans on the outside see it from what we want for this organization to be. But as far as what the guys are actually doing behind the scenes that we don't see, it's up in the air. But I mean, again, over the course of 4 years and the amount of players that have actually hit compared to who hasn't hit, especially with the bigger names that were touted to be like, first, second, third round picks that were hanging at, for fourth and fifth round. I mean, it's just one of those things where, your time has expired. Like you've put your best foot forward. And yes, we've had some guys that were picked and some guys that were signed. I mean, I tried, and Sneaky will tell you, and a couple of other guys
you're in the Matrix.
We got to let these guys at least play on tracks, because especially, and again, Joe Shane gets a lot of leeway because of the cap hell he had to get us out of. As far as that aspect, he did a phenomenal job. I cannot say anything bad about him with that. As far as signing players, not signing players, I've always thought that pieceworking the offensive line was the biggest crock of, excuse my language, horse shit that this GM could have done. Because again, and I hate saying this, and Sneaky's going to hate it too, the Dallas Cowboys have the blueprint of what it makes to make a good offensive side. Linemen, then you can put the other pieces in their spots. And we just didn't do that. We're going backwards. We got all the position players right now, and now we're trying to figure out the offensive line. And pieceworking it the way they have, which hasn't worked over the last 4 years, it's been okay, is only going to hurt our star guys even more, with the exception of our field. You know what I'm saying? So what do you do? And in this situation, like I said, as much as I'd like to say, these guys deserve a chance, they got a different, quarterback, blah, blah, blah. You know what? I think personally, this quarterback's going to be fine no matter who's coaching him.
Daryl, what say you? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Fire. I mean,
Is it time?
It's been time.
Okay.
Time 2 years ago, really. No, honestly, 2 years ago. The writing was on the wall. They went to the playoffs. People could say it was a fluke, but turn around the year right after that, you go downhill. Completely go downhill. Yeah.
Lose the season opener in your house 40-0.
That right there told me he wasn't the coach. Like I said a couple of weeks back, every coach ain't meant to be a head coach. They need to stay offensive and defensive coordinators. And Brian Daboll is one of those people who needs to just stay an offensive coordinator.
100%. I agree with that 100%.
Because he's not a man that he's not a leader.
I'll give you a good example of that. Pat Shurmur he coached the Cleveland Browns, was ass. Came and coached the Giants, he was ass. But both times after being a head coach, went back to being offensive coordinator, was phenomenal at the job. So there's some things guys are just really good at, and there's some things there's not. Pat Shurmur is a great offensive coordinator.
Yep, but he's not a good head coach.
I'm glad you guys said that too. I'm glad y'all made that point of saying, because it's not like Brian Dable is terrible at coaching. He's just terrible at being a head coach.
That's right. That's right. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
He needs to focus on his quarterback, focus on his offense, and that's it.
Keefe, what you got, man? Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
So I give Joe Shane a little bit of grace. I'm not saying he has to stick around, okay? But I do give him a little bit of grace because to me, it looks like Brian DeBoer is not just bad, he's really bad. You know, that first year was a fluke. It's clear to see it now. You know, we got guys like Jalen Hyde, Deontay Banks, JMS that didn't work out. And that falls on the coach. It's not that these players are just bad. That's why you see these players go to other teams and they just flourish. It's when you picking bad coaches because you have an agenda. John Mara has an agenda. Chris Mara has an agenda. And you picking these bad coaches and you're trying to get the hot name, but you're not really looking at his background. I will say with Joe Shane, I have in theory, I liked every move he did in theory. Now, not firing Brian DeBoer was kind of, I was going back and forth on that with myself, you know. But I would say they both have to go. You know what I'm saying? Because if you keep in score, Joe Shane, you got to go too. And ultimately, you know, I really want to see Banks work out. I want to see Hyatt work out, man. I want to get a coach in here that can actually develop these players. And let's not just throw them away and then watch them be something else on another team. I mean, I'm getting tired of that, you know. I mean, I actually hate that as a Giants fan, that when we get rid of these players and they blow up on somebody else's team and we look like the fools, you know.
Danny, your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I mean, I want both of them going.
Okay.
2-7.
How about to say, Mark?
No, I got more to say.
Go ahead.
2-7, 3 years in a row. Enough said. As for Joe Shane, some of his draft picks are not even on this team anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that tells you something. He's not good at evaluating, you know, these players.
He had 31 draft picks.
He drafted Deontay Banks. Look what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and he drafted Jalen Hyatt. He traded up to get Jalen Hyatt. He's not even a factor on his team. So, yeah, they both got to go. Clean house. Get the sweep. Get the broom. Get them out of here. Be going.
You know, I'll tell you what, and Mark, I'm going to go to you real quick too after this, but I have a small issue when people say, like what you said, Danny. He drafted up to get Banks. They only moved up. Say again.
I say you mean Hyatt?
No,
they did it with both. They did it with both.
He moved up one draft pick.
But that's evaluating. That's evaluating Sneaky. He's bad at that. He's bad at that.
I know, but I mean, like, I know one radio commentator said that he drafted back into the first round to get Banks. That wasn't true. I mean, they went from, if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, they went from 26 to 25.
Yep.
And yeah, we gave up 2 picks. It was a 5th round and 7th, if I'm not mistaken. To get Banks. I don't know. Maybe he felt that the Jaguars were going to get him. I don't know. For me, Banks, he's a casualty of coaching. And the fact that once Wink was gone, that totally destroyed Banks's how can I say Banks's ability? Well,
like
I don't want to say
psyche.
I'll say ability. Okay. Because Shane Bowen, again, I want to bring up Martinez. Once this new regime came in, he did not fill in Martinez did not fit Wink's defense, so he was released.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was so distraught he started messing
And he
with
retired.
Yeah. But before I go any deep, Mark D, because I still got to get TP, and then Corbin, he has to. I'm really anxious to hear your defense, Corbin.
I'm typing it up right now. Make sure TP goes before me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're gonna be the last one, Mark D. I'm gonna give you. Let's see. I'll give you 30 seconds if you don't mind. But go ahead. What say you?
I'd say we got to clean house. Get rid of both GM, head coach, even defense coordinator and offense coordinator. Get rid of both of them, and then look for maybe somebody like Brian Flores. Just like reset the whole culture, because like I feel like Brian Dable, he lost the locker room ever since we released Daniel Jones, and I feel like it just went downhill. Like I know Jackson Dart's his guy, but like they said, like everybody said here, anybody can coach Dart. It's just that culture needs to be reset. I feel like in a way that defense needs to be reset, and the whole team needs to be reset. But on the other side, I like Dart. That's the only thing. That's the only bright side is we got our quarterback. That's the only bright side.
I want to call bullshit too. That whole thing of Bill Belichick accidentally calling the wrong Brian.
Yeah.
I am not buying that. That is the biggest crock of horse shit. He is so hurt by what the Giants didn't do for him that he found out and blew it up. Period.
Jalen, I don't think you went, did you?
No, I didn't.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with pretty much everybody else on the panel. Clean house, get Dayball, Shane, get them the fuck out of the building. Just get out. Don't come back.
Hit the road, Jack.
All right, TP, go ahead, man. What you got? Floor is yours.
Yeah, if I had to make a priority list, my list goes Brian Dable 1, Shane Bowen 2, and then 3 would be Joe Shane. And Joe Shane, honestly, I'm not really too mad at what he's done in these drafts, as what I hear from like a lot of people, to be honest with you. Again, I think everything to me kind of falls into Coach Dable not making it work and not putting it together. And so ultimately that is going to be a Joe Shane issue as well, to where the whole pot is nasty. Yeah, was it perfect, right? When you look at the draft picks, there's some misses, you know what I mean? But for the most part, I mean, there's certain things that I do like, and I feel like we're not even going to really understand certain players until they leave and they go find success elsewhere, like they historically do. That's one. But mainly, man, I'm on just Coach Brian Dable's head, man, because, again, as a head coach, the man is awful. The man is awful. I think he lacks the ability to lead men, and to me, he has shown coward ways that I'm not a fan of either. I do not like my head coach being a guy who likes to be that sarcastic, snarkly, egotistical type guy in a podium. Acts like he's taking ownership, but really is far from doing everything but that. I think, again, the ego problems. Also, just the many times, man, we've been just completely embarrassed on the field by his lack of awareness. And I'm literally saying embarrassed. Like when people hit your phone after the game and they point out the idiotic things that we've done, and you can't respond with anything other than our coach is just terrible. So keep it just because every time I talk about this, it's like that blood starts boiling a little bit. So I'm gonna keep it cool. But Brian Dable, for me, man, just absolutely pathetic. And the fact that we are in that position now, the year where I really had the most faith. The year where I had the belief that we had the roster to be better than the 2-win team. Let me go. Let me stop before go.
You ain't the only one. All right, now
that's steam coming out his head.
I've been Corbin. Before you go, I want you to know how difficult this is for me by agreeing with the majority of the gathering, right? The panel. It was quite obvious, especially this last game. The play calling was atrocious. I don't know if that's a Kifka or a Dable issue.
Both.
Yeah. But you're going to be a defender of Dable, and I appreciate that. I will say that. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
All right, cool. So cleaning house doesn't work. We saw that firsthand with Daniel Jones. The Giants' offensive rankings over the past 4 years: 31, 29, 30, 29. But that's Brian Daboll's fault, is it not? No, it's Mike Kafka's fault. The defense over the past 4 years: 30th, 31, 30th, and now 32nd in the league. Is that also Brian Daboll's fault? Of course it is. He's the head coach. He gets all the blame. No, that is not Brian Daboll's fault.
Yeah,
Let me bring up a coach who started their first 2 years awful. A man by the name of Dan Campbell for the Detroit Lions. Started 3-13-1. Started 1-6 in the next year. Got 2 new coordinators, and now all of a sudden he's a great head coach. Joe Shane. Joe Shane's not off the hook. Joe Shane fumbled Saquon Barkley. He fumbled Julian Love. He fumbled Xavier McKinney. He drafted Kayvon Thibodeau, Malik Neighbors, Evan Neal, who's a non-starter and a bust, Deontay Banks, who's a bust, Wandale Robinson, who is a wide receiver 3, Tyler Nubin, who was terrible, John Michael Schmitz, he's okay, Joshua Izudu, trash, Andrew Phillips, he hit a boom there. That's a good draft pick. Jalen Hyatt, unused, unproven. Cordell Flott, another boom. Theo Johnson, inconsistent. Evan Ingram 2.0. Daniel Bellinger hit nail on the coffin with that one. Dane Belton hit another one, nail on the coffin with that one. Then you get Micah McFadden, who is inconsistent, usually banged up. You got DJ Davison, trash. Tyrone Tracy, who's unproven. Then you have Eric Gray, who's unused, who's like our running back 4. Then you have Marcus McKeithen, who? Then you have Darian Beavers, who? Then you have Trey Ball Hawkins, who's a backup, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, TP. He's a backup.
Trey Hawkins?
Yeah, Trey Hawkins.
He's not even on the squad.
No, I'm talking about in the NFL. In the NFL, not on the team.
Yeah, he's with the Commanders, yeah.
He's a backup. Okay, cool. Then you have Jordan Riley, who? Then you have Garevius Owens, who? So he's hit 5 draft picks over the last.
Gavarius.
He's hit
Gavarius
5-6 players who are like,
Out of 31.
Okay. So Joe Shane has proven that he's not going to do anything to help improve this roster. We got Dexter Lawrence, right? That was a good draft pick. Kayvon
That was
Thibodeau,
Gettleman.
pretty good.
That was Gettleman.
That wasn't.
It wasn't even.
Joe Shane.
Okay, so let me delete this. This is wrong. Sweet. So that wasn't even him. So Joe Shane has made a worse roster than we had 4 years ago. 0 improvement. Is that Brian Daboll's fault?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Explain to me why that's Brian Daboll's fault.
Because Daboll hires the coaches that Joe Shane allows him to hire. Daboll is the leader of those coaches and has led nothing. So yes, it's Daboll's fault. That's why TP is saying he's got to go first.
Yep.
But I got another. Like, we saw the draft rooms, right? We saw the videos where Brian Dable was right there with Joe Shane making those decisions and saying, "Yeah, okay, let's go with these guys." So if you're gonna blame Joe Shane for picking these people, you got to blame Brian Dable also for being in the room and okaying it.
I agree. I think the biggest difference when it comes to that, Dash, is where was Joe Shane every single Saturday? Where was he at? Whenever we were trying to draft the quarterback, he was out
there scouting the players. Yeah, out there
he
scouting
was out
the players.
there. He was in Colorado,
which is his job.
He only went to Colorado. He never once visited Ole Miss.
Well, there's 2 problems with that. Number one,
it's not true though.
He's not a scout. He's the GM, and they have other scouts that he has to put his trust into as well. They have more than like 4 scouts.
Okay.
No.
And not only do they have, and let's also remember, not only do they have collegiate, but they also have pro scouts too.
Right.
So
Or free agent.
Corbin, now you did your research. Okay, I thought that was cute. First of all, kudos.
I thoroughly enjoyed that as well.
But you barked up this tree. Now, are you sure you want to have this conversation?
Yes, absolutely sure. I'm
Okay,
tired
cool.
of blaming Brian
The
Daboll for my
earthquake is
Cowboys
coming.
issues.
The earthquake is coming.
So now we're gonna have a football conversation.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about this 2025 draft first. Do you like what went down? Yes or no? Let's keep it simple.
Yes.
Okay, so we don't even really have to discuss that because you like it.
Yeah.
Let's go to 2024. Do you like what he did there?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's talk about what you don't like. I mean, just let me know. What in 2024 weren't you a bit? Well, what pick did you not like?
Who did we take in the first round?
Malik
Neighbors, and then we
No,
took
after
Tyler
we-
Newman.
You don't have the list? I could read you the list. I thought you had the list.
No, I don't have the list pulled
Okay,
up.
I'll read you the
the
list.
document pulled up.
I'll
Go
read
ahead.
you the list.
Thank
Malik Neighbors, Tyler Newman, Andrew Phillips, Theo Johnson, Tyrone Tracy Jr., Darius Marceau. In that order.
It's
so.
I didn't like the second round pick on Tyler Newman.
Okay.
I also did not like our last pick.
Darius Marceau. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: with Tyler Newman, do you feel like he's hit his ceiling?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, cool. How about Darius Marceau? Do you feel like he hit his ceiling as well?
Yes, I don't think he's a good football player.
Okay,
I don't think he's a good linebacker.
Okay, that's fair. Hit 6th round draft pick. It happens. Let's go down. 2023. Deontay Banks, John Michael Schmitz, Jalen Hyatt, Eric Gray, Trey Hawkins, Jordan Riley, and Javarius Owens.
Yes, so, I give that
worst
an L.
draft class I've ever seen.
Okay, so look, because hindsight, that's it's easy to talk now, right?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Deontay Banks, I didn't hear anybody saying this after 2022. Nobody was really having this train of thought then. Also, I would argue the reason why I'm going down this list and I'm naming these players because I really want to know, out of all of these players, who have we seen taking a leap? Who have we seen get better? Who have we seen say, you know what? There is just a lot more untapped potential in these certain guys that we get. So Deontay Banks, we're all clearly, disgusted with Deontay Banks. But we can't ignore what he did his rookie year. And we can't say to ourselves, there has to be a question asked as to, okay, what happened? What happened from his rookie year
to
now, and why haven't the development just continue to go upwards?
Well,
right?
I know.
You can say this.
It's the defensive coordinator.
And my fault. One more point, because I don't want to be long with it. But even when we talk about Jalen Hyatt, right? His rookie year wasn't bad. Everybody who was paying attention to that draft, and when we got Jalen Hyatt in the 3rd round, we all was like, "That's a steal."
Yeah,
that's a steal.
100%.
So again, the development piece. Why aren't these guys being developed? Why aren't these guys being in the best position to succeed? That to me isn't a Joe Shane thing.
Also, TP, I want to add a little bit on that too. In the 2023 draft, let's not forget either that Schmidt was a projected number 1 pick. Hyatt was a projected. He could have gone late 1st round, 2nd round pick. So yeah, when we got these guys off the jump, we said, "Oh, it's a steal. I can't believe they fell so far." But now it's starting to come into fruition. But again, with Banks, yes, there have been some moments that there have been some serious disappointment with him. He's now became, I don't even want to say a bust. He's like a liability on the field.
I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't even say that though. He's gotten worse because he's not being used what he was drafted for.
No.
Why?
No,
Because the defensive coordinator that drafted him is not there anymore.
Yeah.
So, and that goes back to what TP was saying though. If he had the proper development, we might be seeing the totally different Banks than what we're seeing now.
Why is that defensive mind not here anymore?
Exactly.
Brian Daboll.
Because he tested Brian Daboll.
I mean,
Period.
to be honest,
of those two, the guy that we should have kept left.
Wouldn't that be
to be honest, to be honest, when it comes to Wink and that whole Dable thing, at some point in time, the head coach is the head coach. Wink was doing some things that you don't let slide if you're the one that's running the show.
Yeah, that's true.
But when it was time to replace Wink and the head coach made that decision, we saw that unravel on Hard Knocks off season. And where did they go? They said, look at this guy on PFF and look at his run defense. And that's how they picked Shane Bowen. Off of PFF run grades, defensive rankings, not taking into consideration that was Mike Vrabel's defense for the most part. And that's his man. And then to the point now that you can't defend Dable for keeping Shane Bowen. Why? So you got a guy, either he don't got the balls to fire him, or he really thinks that Shane Bowen can be better. And then when you look at all the draft picks, and then you look at some of the people that Shane picked up, he picked up man press corners. And you're forcing press corners to play in a defense that doesn't suit them the most. You look at Dexter Lawrence being played as a 3 technique. You can veto that if you're the head coach. If you really wanted to, you can say, hey, Shane, stop playing him at the 3 technique. Even the defensive line coach is telling you that Dexter Lawrence is not a 3 technique, but you still play him as a 3 technique. Like, listen, man, it's at the end of the day, is like, I know the main defense for Brian Dable right now for a lot of people is Jackson Dart. But give me a reason to keep Brian Dable that's not Jackson Dart. And I'm pretty sure you can't find too many of them.
I want to go into the Shane Bowen thing a little bit too, because like when they brought him in, I wasn't upset, but I wasn't happy with it. I just thought it was he pulled a name out of a freaking hat kind of thing. Because, like you said, his defense's run stopping abilities. What a lot of people forget too is he was also, his defenses were the number 1 defenses in the red zone. And a lot of people take that as a positive. I'm going to look at that because let's know who I am. I'm going to take it for what I see it as, the negative. Okay, your team's great in the red zone. Why are there so many plays in the red zone? Why can't your defenses stop these guys? To me, that's a red flag. Mm-hmm. So, okay, yeah, you're great at stopping the run, which hasn't been the case here.
32. Nope.
But, you're letting teams get in the red zone so much that you're known as a good red zone defense. Well, great. They're kicking field goals. They're still scoring.
That's what
we want guys to stop these guys.
The only thing that I can foresee.
I need a job. I'm going out for DC.
Well, I mean, actually, being a coach, either collegiate or professional, is not a bad gig. Because, I mean, if you're a college coach, you get fired, you still get paid out of, $54 million.
Oh, man.
But also, let's not forget, if Dable is let go by the end of the year, what some of us can kind of see the writing on the wall, per se, the Giants are still on the hook for another year of paying him. Now, I could even see that as a reasoning to keep him on for a year, but also
$5 million, Sneaky.
But hold on. Also, I'm playing devil's advocate here, not just because I can.
That's what you do, baby.
But also next year, our season, next year's schedule is the type of schedule that could possibly be a rebound year for Dable.
No, I don't want to give this guy easy schedules just so we can.
Thank you, Daryl. Thank you.
I'm just throwing it out. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying.
Sneaky.
Hold on. Let me just say this, right? We got a lot of winnable games next year. Okay.
We have winnable games this year.
True. I mean, think about it. We should have won a bunch of those games. I'm still upset about the Broncos and the Saints game. But next year we got Arizona, Jacksonville, Tennessee.
Tennessee,
Do you know what play got Brian Dable fired?
I take that back. That's pretty much it. Hold on.
What play?
Also, we're the Giants.
That
That's
third and five.
Yeah.
That 3rd and 5 in Denver. That 3rd and 5 got his ass fired. That 3rd and 5.
That's what they was
When
talking
he threw the ball.
Oh, yeah, to
When
do
you
it.
want to throw the ball.
Run it, punt it, play defense.
That's what got him fired.
Decision making.
I'm telling you.
I don't want nobody that my team is not disciplined, and I don't want nobody that make decisions like that. No.
A lot of
Daryl, I'm glad you said that because I wanted to bring that up earlier. Like, everyone that's saying we need to keep Dable, it's like, why?
Oh, I don't.
Like,
I don't see that happening though.
It's like so we can lead the league in penalties again. Like,
why risk having a head coach who is unproven with Jackson Dart? Why not keep a head coach that is proven he is compatible?
Because right now you got an unproven head coach.
To hear that, Corbin.
With Jackson Dart.
Why risk it?
Risk it.
Why
risk it?
We've been risking it for the last 8 years.
Wait a minute. Just think about the vets on the team right now. Think about Andrew Thomas, Dexter Long, guys like that. Do you want to waste another year for those guys?
No.
You want to wait? Can Andrew Thomas I'm glad he's healthy right now. Knock on wood. He's been as healthy as he's been. I don't want to waste any more. I don't want to waste another year, Malik Neighbors. I don't want to waste Cam Scatterbo. I don't want to waste Jackson Dart. The crazy thing about it is, as soon as you feel like you have your franchise quarterback, all of a sudden your Super Bowl window opens up. And it's your responsibility to do whatever you're supposed to do, to put out the best product to make sure you take advantage of that rookie contract. And right now you're looking at Brian Dable, who, again, nothing about Brian Dable screams head coach anymore. That's like we could say, oh, he's good for Jackson Dart as an offensive coordinator, maybe, but is he really though? Because when we see Jackson Dart make these plays, it's a lot of the stuff is off script, and that's something that Jackson Dart has been doing his whole life. So tell me what has Brian Dable actually done for Jackson Dart to make you say, you know what, Jackson Dart's not going to survive without that guy.
He's the risk.
That's a Mike Kafka issue. That's not a Brian Dable issue.
No, listen. Brian Dable is the risk. He's the risk.
He is
the
other
way around. Brian Dable's the risk. If
I'll
we
give
bring
you
him back,
reason.
we're risking it.
I'll give you another reason.
This is what you don't understand. Listen, this is what we need to
Let him go.
We need to understand. This is what we need to understand. We gave this man a million excuses, and I've sat back and I listened to him. I've listened to all of them. You've used the Daniel Jones excuse. You used the O-line excuse. You used the target excuse. You used the defensive coaching excuse. We used every single excuse has fallen back and has been answered, and it goes back to Brian Dable. There is literally no excuse left unturned. There's literally none.
It's true.
There is literally God telling us, listen, I am giving you the signs. The signs are here. Now, if you do not take it at this point, I can't help you. Yeah. Brian Dable is the risk. He has shown us absolutely nothing that says, you know what? He is a Super Bowl winning coach. He can take a team from the mud to the promised land. He has shown us nothing. He hasn't given us anything that says that. So when you talk about the risk as far as changing the head coach with Jackson Dart and you move these goalposts, understand that it is Brian Dable who is the risk.
And you know what else too? Go ahead. My bad, Ant. Go ahead.
No, I just want to say this too. The other thing that makes right now a really good time to clean house and start over is every one of these guys is young.
Yeah.
Their brains are still absorbing what's going on. So if you bring in a new regime, they're going to melt right into it just as quick as they did with Dayball's scheme, because as quick as Dayball came in with these guys is as quick as he's going out with these guys. There's still room for improvement. There's still room to learn.
It's a very young team.
Regime.
Well, also
we have one of the youngest teams in the league right now.
And Dayball is also the only coach to take us to the playoffs in the past 10 years after
but it's a fluke season.
Well,
it was a fluke season. Hold on. It was a fluke season.
Also, yeah, but just look what happened. Well, okay, so The New York Giants in 2022 were 7-2. The next 4 years, 2-7.
2-7.
Yeah.
1 year is going to be the fluke, and it has to be the 2022 season. It has to be the fluke. And again, like I understand. Listen, I fell for the Kool-Aid, man. I saw Brian Daboll win Coach of the Year, and you let things slide because you're winning. When you see him blow up on the sideline, you see some of the questionable play calling and game management. You're like, okay, that's okay because we still won, and that's what we ran with that. And then we see when you're not getting those same W's, and you're seeing what he's doing, you're like, wait a minute. Like, I remember that mistake from 2022. It just didn't matter because we still ended up pulling it off. And now we're not pulling them off. You can't save them.
But when you hire and fire these coaches, it does nothing. You just stay stagnant.
only fired one coach.
It happened with Joe Judge. It happened with Ben McAdoo. What's to say it's not going to happen again?
But you don't stop trying.
Wait. Hold on. Pause. And then TP, I saw your hand. Hold on. I just want to say the difference between McAdoo, Judge, and Shermer is that Daboll got more than 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Got 4.
And
Makes it worse.
Granted, we'll be on the hook for next year if he is let go, because we don't know for sure. I mean, we could speculate, of course.
But you got to stop worrying about that $5 million. It's not even out of the same pot. It's $5 million. I will gladly pay that man $5 million to walk away.
And you know what really worries me is the fact that when Gano missed that kick, the look on Brian Burns' face. This is the same man that was yelling in the heading to the locker room after the Denver game. He is. To me, it's almost, and it pains me to say this, is that if Daboll hasn't lost the team, there's a chance that he could be losing the team.
Go ahead, TP.
The
team's
gone. I want to end with this, TP. I want to end with because the disappointment when Carter got that interception, and what was the first play? Run. Second play, run.
Same thing.
And then he threw then he missed the field goal. Guys, I'm telling you right now, if Gano, I'm going to change what I said earlier. If Gano touches the airplane to go to Chicago, Coach, you got to go.
I'm on here with TP. Go. I got one more.
Why do you keep giving them? Why you keep giving them all this leeway?
No. I gotta go. Hold on, Daryl, because I gotta get up out of here. There's a Bears podcast that I'm jumping on, man, and I really need a huge favor for anybody who's staying up past this stream.
Make us proud. Make us proud, brother.
After this stream, I need y'all. Yo, it's me versus both of them, and they think shit is sweet. So. Yeah, if y'all up,
we got your back, bro. We got your back, bro.
Link. Send me the link.
And, I got you.
Yeah. Hey, you got my number, right?
Put the link.
Too.
Yeah.
Hey, Sneaky, put it on your Instagram story.
Fellas, let me go. Yeah, let me go get this started with them, man. But peace out, fellas.
Peace out, TP.
And let me hear one time, TP.
Good night, brother.
Let's go, Giants. Ow!
Appreciate you,
All right, brother. Be good.
Sorry.
So I want to make this last point too, and I think Smooth was trying to get in the to get on the show too, Smooth. But this too, Corbin, and I see you said y'all have convinced me. For a lot of the people that say Jackson Dart and Brian Daboll thing, look at the last 2 games, garbage time, and what Brian Daboll decided to do with Jackson Dart in garbage time, running him when he shouldn't even be in the game.
Yeah,
that goes to show me that you don't really care about Jackson Dart either. You care about your job more than you care about the kid too. So for me, because that's your ticket.
My thing too is go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying because if he gets hurt in that situation, then what happens? Then you really look bad. But it is what it is.
My other thing to try and convince you, Corbin, is this.
I'm convinced.
We talk about the 2022-2023 season, right? How they went to the playoffs. And my main thing, and these guys will tell you, I've said this from day one. My main thing is that let us know that Daboll wasn't the coach, even though the whole time I'm supporting him because he's our coach. It was the first telltale that he wasn't the guy. Because again, how do you go out there, take this team to a playoff win, let alone into the playoffs, a playoff win, have the exact same team next year come out with the exception of one player and to tank the way they did. That's coaching. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing else than coaching.
Facts.
So that right there, that's on Dayball and whoever his coaches are.
Jalen,
Yo,
I'm gonna put you in the backstage real quick because I want to bring Sully up, and I'll do my best not to forget you. I'll send an alarm or something.
All right.
Maybe a restart is what we need.
yo, Sneaky. Let me say this, man.
Go ahead.
We have lost too many games to bad coaching, y'all. I mean, like seriously, you really got to look at, how Dable's putting these guys in position. I mean, listen, he's the head coach. If he gets on the headset and say, "Yo, Bowen, I need you to be aggressive," and Bowen don't do it, it's just time to fire him. If that's what's going on, I don't think that's what's going on. I think Dable is just letting the defense be the defense, but at the same time, for me, he just has too many players that just didn't develop. I remember when TP had mentioned something about Hyatt's first year. When Hyatt's first year he came here, they were trying to do everything to get that kid the ball, at least in the first few games. I think he had got knocked out because didn't they do like an end around or something crazy with him, to get him the ball and somebody hit him. But my thing is, why aren't you still doing things with Hyatt like that, even though you got Neighbors? I mean, you could have both of these guys and still try to do some of these things. As you see what I'm saying? Like, why are you so one-track mind? When Dable wants to go for the touchdown, field goals are out. He's dead set on not being embarrassed and going for it. Like, we're this prolific offense that score in the red zone. Take your points, man. That's my biggest complaint with him. He's just not a disciplined coach. That's why he has an undisciplined team.
But then also last week we saw when it was a 2-score game, and he should have went. He actually should have went for it, and then he took the field goal. So it's damn if you do, damn you do. He don't know when to do it and when not to do it. That's the issue.
No, that's true.
You
I've been
know-
blaming the coordinator so much. I think I've been blinded to Dayball.
Well, first of all, the coordinators are not good either, though. Just think about
No, I've been blaming them so much to where I've been blinded by Brian Dayball and the mistakes that he's been making. But Brian Dayball hired these guys, and you guys y'all convinced me. I've been convinced.
Also, and
has Sneaky been convinced?
Yeah, I do think we need to make a change because that sequence of plays after the pick, it frustrated me. The fact that we did all that mess before halftime when a touchdown could have changed the complexity and the flavor of the game, and the first 2 plays are run plays.
Yep.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Especially when you're not
the fact that Gano again, and I'm getting heated right now because it's the same issues. He missed a field goal. How many field goals are we going to miss? Even though it's his first one of the season, I get that, but we have a guy in reserve because I think Gano had a hamstring injury or something.
We got 2 in reserve.
Was it a groin or something?
He's got something all the time.
Yeah, right. I mean, granted, I know he's under contract, and I'm just being facetious. When I say to you guys, if Gano touches the plane, Dable got to go, because
you saw what he said today.
What did he say?
He said if Gano is good to go, healthy, he's going to be the kicker.
Okay,
he said that today.
Like I said,
he should have fired Joe Shane as soon as we didn't do nothing at the deadline.
Okay. I think we need to reflect on what I just said.
Yeah.
If Gano touches the plane, I'm sorry. I would say Dable. No, if I was Dable, I would say, I know you're healthy. Get healthier.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
You know what I got pissed off about? To a coaching decision. Actually, this is both on Joe Shane and Brian Dable. Last week, did you guys notice that little Jordan Humphrey wasn't a part of the 53? He didn't get elevated.
I was going to bring that up, but you beat me to it.
Do we know the reason why? Or can I share the reason why they didn't elevate him?
Please.
He was out of elevations, right? As far without having to be signed to the 53. So they went ahead and signed Ray McLeod. And you saw Ray McLeod get elevated because obviously he got 3 of them before he needs to be signed. They did that to save money. Why? Because they're broke. So now you got Ray McLeod out there. And if you guys watched the game, you saw he didn't know where to go. He didn't know where to line up.
He was like unaware. Like,
what did he get? 1 catch for like 5 yards?
They had to tell him where to go. They had to tell him where to line up. They had
He
to tell
shouldn't
him
have been
what
on the field.
He shouldn't have been on the field. And little Jordan Humphrey sitting there in the t-shirt.
That pisses me off too. That pissed me off too because little Jordan Humphrey's first 2 games he was in, he made some plays.
Yep.
He made some legit plays. To me, that says he's going to be on the squad until he doesn't make some plays. And then they demote him. I mean, come on, that's a
listen, who decided to sign Ray McLeod?
Joe Shane.
There you go. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Look,
hold on.
That falls on coaching. That falls on coaching, though.
But hold on, they signed Ray because in 2018 he was with the Bills, but that was the only year he was with Brian Dable. 2018. So the crazy thing about it is he doesn't remember that playbook from 2018 when he done played for 2 more teams since then. Like and also Jalen Hyatt was put on kick return, and he hasn't returned the kick since high school.
Yeah.
And then you don't allow. How many offensive snaps did he get last week?
Yeah.
So you got a guy that don't even know the playbook out there. Meanwhile, Jalen Hyatt is returning. It's ass backwards.
Smooth.
It's a circus. It's a circus, man.
Smooth. You know, welcome back, man. It's been a minute. Kind of want to hear from you a little bit, man. What's going on,
man?
What's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you now. We got you now.
What up? What up?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on, fellas?
Man, welcome back, brother. You've been missed. What you got?
Well, the plan was to come back after the Denver game. That was the plan.
It was not much positivity, right?
And then once we shit the bed there, I didn't want to come on so angry and lash out, so I just took the time to stay away.
That's very mature. That's very mature.
I got you. We got you.
So.
Hey, wait! You say that's mature? What am I?
Shit, where do you start?
Mature. Yeah, mature.
I mean, I'll start with this because I've been out here defending Dable like ain't no other. So I mean, at this point, you can't defend it no more. As simple as that.
You can't.
I gave it from the Chargers game probably up to the second Eagle game. Because I even gave him the Denver game because I felt like the Denver game, even though he should have stepped in and changed a few things, I still put that game on Bowen. So I was like, all right. My thing was for the Eagle game, to me, that was an attitude game. To me, that was by, all right, let's see what our coach is made of. We just blew a lead. We possibly could blow our playoff chances. The Eagles going to be pissed off because we was dancing in the end zone according to Saquon, and we was having a party, and we came out just flat. Even with the Scatterable injury, I still would think we came out flat. And to me, that's when coaching matters. That's when coaching comes in. Now we need to rally the guys, and I feel like with Dable, he leans on. Now you're starting to see more of he thinks the locker room is supposed to locker room and coach the team, and don't work like that. They got to meet in the middle. Your locker room going to do locker room things. Your coaching's got to do coaching, and then at some point, it's got to meet in the middle. We ain't have, and I hate to bring up like, oh man, let's bring up Coughlin, but it does remind me of Coughlin because with Coughlin, we ain't had to worry about coaching. We had to worry about his attitude. We had to reel him back because he was too strict.
Yeah,
I'd rather have to reel somebody back than to tell somebody to be more stricter. And I feel like that's how the locker room is ran now. And you could tell from the preparation from Monday to Saturday ain't there because you see it on Sundays. And at some point, it was 2 things that you look for. Can Dart survive without Dable? I think that's what this first 6 game stretch was. It's clear that he don't need Dable to survive.
You don't need him at all.
Yeah.
You don't. Yeah.
That's clear cut because what we doing right now, and because of the handcuffs on the playbook, he kind of making something out of nothing. On top of we ain't got no receivers. So to me, he can play outside the X's and O's. But now I also think you fall into this where now you see the end of Dable in Buffalo. Josh Allen was a turnover machine in Buffalo the entire time. Dable was his offensive coordinator. And that because it's more of a sling first than read first. If the read's there, you sling it. And that's what got Josh Allen where he was. Now, away from Dable, that first year away from Dable, you see the offense go from it went from like we are now with neighbors. They had Diggs. It went from everybody eats. That turned into now Josh Allen can relieve some of that pressure on himself of throwing picks. To me, that's what you're going to start ramping up. And the only difference between Josh Allen to me right now as a rookie and Dart is Dart don't turn over. The Dart's not producing turnovers.
Yeah.
If he could produce turnovers with a horrible coaching staff and no receivers, that also shows me he don't need Dable in order to survive.
Hold on.
My point with Dable was now you got your guy because after this Charger game, when you put your nuts on the table and you told the whole world, this is my guy, to me, there was no more excuses after that.
Yeah.
You got through Daniel Jones that you wasn't your guy. We got through all the quarterbacks that backed him up, the Tommy DeVitos, and we got through games with Russell. So now you got your guy. So to me, it wasn't no excuse after that. So that now it's all go forward. So now I'm with you. You put your nuts on the table. Let's go. Outside the Saints game, which was a complete blunder by players, what has he showed us? For one, now if we want to go to Joe, there's nothing with Joe that outweighs Dable at all. They have done nothing to show that we should keep one or get rid of the other. They showed that Joe showed that he can rip a roster completely down to the studs, but he doesn't have the capability of building it back up. That's draft picks. He's had more bad draft picks than good draft picks.
Yeah.
And to me, the Dart draft pick works out, but it doesn't work out in the favor of neither one of us because it's on tape. If you go back and watch Hard Knocks, he made sure he kept saying, "Oh, this is your guy. This is your guy." He kept hammering down on that.
Yeah.
So to me, it was your confidence wasn't in the dude anyway. Dable had to kind of push you towards that. So if Dable didn't push you towards that, to me, we would have had a Shador, which I wouldn't have been mad at having Shador because I think Shador can still be a good NFL quarterback. But we know what we got in Dart, so now it makes it even more think that if you would have picked Shador, we would have been in even a worse spot than we are now. So to me, it's and then all the extracurricular stuff he's doing, the article, the possibility of a fake Twitter page, the Josh, the WFAN stuff with Dable should have been fired after this, but it wasn't an ownership decision. All that yada 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 nonsense. To me, all that is Joe trying to strip himself from Dable because they both failing and he don't want to lose his job. And at that point, you just need to clean house. Start all over, see what you got as far as when you look at ownership and who else you got in a building, scouting players, they need to be finding out who can we keep, who can we get rid of, and let's just bring a whole new regime in.
It's a lot of sneaky stuff happening for sure.
That's my 2 cents.
I'm looking at Josh Allen's NFL career and Dable came over on 2022.
Yeah, he came over in
2022 was his first season.
Okay, so that means from 18 to 21, 2018 to 2021, he was under, I'm assuming.
Brian Dable.
Yep. Yeah. Obviously, his rookie year, 10 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Sophomore year, 29. Third year, 37 and 10. 2021, 36 and 15. And then the year without Dable, he was 35 and 14. And then 2023, he threw 23 TDs, 18 interceptions. And his MVP season, he was 28 TDs, 6 INTs, and this year he's thrown for 13 and then 4 picks. I mean, maybe I'm not. I mean, you could see. I don't know if I could see the major transition from coach to player, but I'm just going to say this as a Giants fan. I keep harping about saying, every 2 years we can't treat our head coaches and GMs like iPhones. Well, this year we got what's the new iPhone that's out right now?
16.
17. Okay.
17,
16, something like that.
17, right? Yeah, 17 Pro Max, right?
Android.
Well, we're sitting at a
13
iPhone. Well, I was going to say 12.
We're not even at 12. We like at an SE. We like at an Air. We don't even got all the bells and whistles.
Yeah,
phone calls and texts.
and that's
We
not
don't even know what an iPhone is.
You know,
Yeah, right.
and that and it pains me to say this because I have spoke to Dable on a personal level, not personal, but he's approachable. And when you have to extract the feelings from the coaching, the fact that he got 4 years, okay, took us to the playoffs, won Coach of the Year, and I think for him, he needs to move on because the longer that he stays here, and the longer that he proves that he may be better as a coordinator than a coach, he may not be the next coordinator in the NFL. He's going to be the next college coach or next college offensive coordinator.
He fits that whole high school mold because he's more of a player friendly coach anyway. And
he might take a college job maybe.
I'm thinking,
but it's hard, man.
Wouldn't that be something if coach gets let go, and then they bring in Wink? I mean, you said we need a defensive-minded coach.
Yeah, but I understand the Wink thing
more
either
along the lines
because
of like a Rex
Wink was
Ryan,
the opposite of what Shane is now. Wink blitzed too much and couldn't get into coverage. Now is we don't blitz enough, and so I just feel like if Wink was that good, Wink wouldn't have got a college job. He'd have been in the NFL. That's just my feeling about Wink.
Well, Wink also got the
disagree
attitude
with that because the defense, like saying somebody blitzed too much, like Wink did blitz too much, and the thing saying about Bowen, like we don't blitz enough, we don't do anything. We're horrible. We're the 32nd best NFL defense.
Well, hold on,
that is horrible.
Dash. What were you going? I was going to say that about Wink, but go ahead. What are you going to say, Dash?
No, I'm saying at the end of the day, Wink had a bunch of opportunities to be a head coach. Obviously, either he's a bad interview for a head coaching spot, or something else was going on with him. And you think about that. As long as he's been a coach, as long as he's been around, he should have enough connections that he shouldn't have had to settle to go back to college. But he ended up having to go back to college. So that tells me all I need to know about Wink. And again, when Wink came here this time, you figure he was, when we hired Joe Judge, he was in the head coaching. He was the head coaching candidate then for the New York Giants, and he didn't get the job.
I don't think honestly, I don't think he wanted to be a head coach. I really don't.
I disagree. Because
he Harbaugh,
he damn sure said it. Him and who?
Didn't him and Harbaugh get into it?
Well, he got fired.
Oh, he got fired okay.
Yeah. He got fired in Baltimore. He got fired.
And so, don't disregard my University of Michigan team there either. He when he left the Giants, he went to the reigning college, national champions. So
no, that's fine. I'm not saying the program. I'm saying him have it. Usually when you go for once you make it to the NFL, college is a step back unless you're like Nick Saban and you're the man out there. But if you go from the NFL and you end up being a coordinator, just think about Brett Bielema. Brett Bielema was on the Giants for a cup of coffee, remember? And then he left us to go to freaking Illinois, and he's still the head coach for Illinois. But at least he's a head coach.
Who's a coordinator? Who's a coordinator out there right now that's intriguing that actually had a head coaching job, and he didn't do that well, but it's super intriguing.
But before you say the name, what team is he on right now? Because we might be on the same page.
49ers.
Oh, okay. I know where you're going, but that's not where I was going. So go ahead.
Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
I think he could be one of those coaches that gets another chance with the right organization and becomes a good head coach. Who are you thinking?
What's wrong with John Gruden? Ant, I wanted to ask you that. What's wrong with him?
To me, his time is done, and it's a totally different game. I appreciate that he's old school. I love that about him. But it's a new day and age, and it just doesn't fit his coaching style.
I want Lane Kiffin. I
wouldn't mind Lane Kiffin at all.
You
know who I would love? Listen, so this was brought up on another show I was on, and it'll never happen, but I can't see anybody in here saying no. Let's say John Harbaugh had his time and he's done in Baltimore, and he was open to suggestions. Tell me you guys wouldn't take him.
No. I wouldn't be mad at that because the structure that we needed in this franchise and the same old sound that they're getting from Baltimore. That's what the change. That's what I would like.
I'm trading my next 3 number 1 picks to get him away from Baltimore.
He might not. Hey, but listen, depending on how Baltimore ends this season, you might not have to trade anything.
Either gonna get fired or he gonna be a
might
hero.
He might
I mean,
get shown the
here's
door.
I got something that I've been thinking about, and it's not for a head coach. It's actually because I don't know what's going to happen, but there's a defensive coordinator that I think is going to be available. Jim Schwartz. I think he's going to be available. I would love Jim Schwartz.
Why can't I put a face with that, Jim Schwartz?
He was a DC for the Eagles for a while. He was a head coach for the Detroit Lions. Okay.
I know you're talking about. He with the Browns now, isn't he?
Yeah, he with the Browns. He's the Browns defensive coordinator, man. And that regime might get canned. So I'm like, man,
I would actually like that over Harbaugh.
Not as a head coach though. I wasn't saying as a head coach. I'm saying as a defensive coordinator.
As a defensive coordinator?
Whoever we bring in here, man, I would love him as a defensive coordinator.
Again, I wouldn't mind Rex Ryan coming out of a retirement and becoming a head coach.
He could keep them white teeth right behind that desk. No,
hey, listen.
When you out here begging, he's on get up every day begging for a job. When you begging for a job, that means nobody wants you.
Right, because nobody wants to give him that second. Listen, to take his white teeth, his big fake white teeth, and his foot fetish, put that to the side. He was still a hell of a defensive coordinator.
He was in 2000, in 2004. It's 2025.
I'll say this. I like Rex Ryan's attitude as far as being able to motivate and actually lead men and having that bravado. But I think of him the same thing as John Gruden. Just the game has passed him by. It just passed. A couple people just passed him by. I wouldn't mind him as a DC though.
I'm surprised none of y'all were throwing this name around, man. What about Big Dash?
Yeah, I get fired.
Tell me,
that's how I really feel.
All right, enough of this head coach talk. Who we hiring as GM?
That's a good one.
That's a real good one.
We got to have that conversation.
I mean, it won't be a shortage of candidates. That's for sure. The one thing I will give this regime credit for, that they whenever they leave, they got some pieces here that are very, very desirable. So it won't be a lack of candidates.
It won't be a trash can fire to get a coach and a GM.
That's a fact.
No, I think would slide right into the GM position? Our assistant GM right now.
Brown? Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
Brown. Still.
I would like that. But I think they clean house for real. But also, man, I think with the beat writers, and we saw it today, they're really splitting Dable and Shane apart for a reason, and they're trying to see how we're going to react to it early, because I really think that they're leaning towards firing Dable and keeping Joe Shane. I really do think they want to do that. I don't agree with it, but we saw it last year. Last year the story was, well, they're going to keep both of these guys. And they leaked that story out to see how people will feel about it and stuff like that. Now it's, these guys are a split card, and they're leaking it out to see how fans feel about it. And look, that's where we at right now. That's how I feel about it. Paul Schwartz, what was it, New York Post? Paul Schwartz is New York Post. He wouldn't drop these articles unless somebody in the building was telling them, yeah, it's time to go ahead and drop these.
I know that the majority of the fan base ones are both gone. The majority of the fan base.
I'll tell you what, who I feel bad for, like super bad for? And it's probably because he thought this year he would be finally seeing something progress. Not that we're going to make the playoffs or whatever, but something finally start to progress, some kind of consistency. I feel bad for John Mara, because now he's got to deal with this health issue, and he's still got to worry about this team.
Yeah.
It's a shame, man. Yeah. That poor guy.
Well, hold on, though. I pray for a speedy recovery for John Mara.
Go for it.
At the end of the season last year, he made that decision to keep him. Yeah, and I also
take the heat for it.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. If I'm standing in the same position next year, then I'll take the heat for it. That's what he said, and he's gonna have to take the heat for it, whether he's sick or not. Because at the end of the day, this is a family business for them. You've been, even without the sickness, you've been grooming somebody to take your spot. Just so happens you might have to step away just so you can attack this disease and recover. Hopefully, that's what we're praying for. But it's time. It's somebody's telling you to step down and let whoever the next generation is supposed to be to take over. And with that being said, also he gave Brian Dable the red light the green light to fire Shane Bowen last year. He said, I don't want to see teams move up and down the field on us. And he didn't do that either. So we had a bunch of chances to try to make things better, and we didn't.
Well, what he did was he let go some linebacker coaches. That's what he did.
He let go of the DB coach. And then, you know what's crazy about that, too? They sat at the podium. Joe Shane sat at the podium and praised Andrew Phillips and praised Tyler Nubin, and then they fired the coach for both of them.
Hey, Sneaky, I got to get going, bro. I got to get up early.
All right, brother. Yeah, give me your final thoughts.
Final thoughts are I'm done with this regime. It's time to go. It's time to start fresh. Like I said, we got a young core now. We got a young team. I just think it's time to clean house. And to go off of, well, you know what? I forgot. My brain's gone. Appreciate you guys. Love you all. Let's go Giants. Ow!
Appreciate you, fam. Have a
Good night, man.
Night.
I got to bring Jalen back. Hold on, is he even? Yeah, he's there. He is. Okay, good.
You know, Jalen ain't leaving.
Yeah,
Jalen is not leaving.
I got a question. Is Casey Jalen's pops?
Yeah.
Yes.
You ain't know that?
Yeah, that's the pops.
I didn't know it. I heard somebody saying, like, I heard somebody hinting at it. I'm like, whoa, I never. And then I said, is he talking about the same Casey? So that's cool for me. I just
You
figured
heard
that
somebody
out.
hinting at that?
Yeah, because you said.
I mean, Jalen's been on the show a couple times referring to him as dad. You know, my dad said this, or you know.
Yeah, but it didn't
register
with you.
It registered.
But then when he said one day he said my dad is backstage, that's what he's saying, and I was like, wait a minute. And then he said,
well, somebody put two and two together because we had Case. You know, we supposed to have the same last names, and we're like, hold up. Real quick, does anybody gotta dip out anytime soon? Because Drew just popped up.
I want to go back up. I want to go back up TP on that debate he's doing. So I'll jump off, and you can have Drew on. Shout out to Drew though, man. Two giant goofballs, man. But y'all have a good night. Chicago Bears this week. I do think we have a chance to beat the Chicago Bears, and it's not just me wanting that to happen. I'm looking at the Chicago Bears like, yeah, maybe we can possibly pull something off. But let's go Giants. Ow.
Dash, send me the link too. I might try.
I didn't even get the link yet. I think he sent it to me on Twitter, so I got to check that.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Later, fellas.
Later.
All right, well, Sneaky, while you bring up Drew, I want to say this about the whole Joe Shane Dabo thing.
Okay.
So we all know I was a big supporter of Brian Dabo. I even said, you know, let him pick his quarterback, you know, give him the 2 years to do good, you know, or fall flat on his face with the quarterback. And I said it also is barring us improving, getting wins, right? And let's be honest, you know, we've been in all of these, well, with the exception of like 2 or 3, we've been in all of these games. We could have won all of these games. And the difference between us winning those games and losing them has been the decision-making of the head coach.
Yep.
So with that argument, even though I was a big supporter of Dabo, I do think he needs to go. You know, because to continue, you're the captain of the ship. So to continue to let someone under your employs, your subordinate, to consistently mess up and you not override any of those decisions shows bad on your part as a leader. To not develop, you know, Hyatt or Banks, even though I think Banks is just he's a product of Wink Martindale's system. He might be a good press corner, but the way we're using him is trash. But anyway, with those arguments, and the lack of improvement, the lack of wins, despite us being in all of these games, the way you're mismanaging the team, you have to go. And I also feel that Shane needs to go. Yeah, like you guys said, he's got us 5 outstanding players,
No.
right? But the rest of the draft picks are either not playing on this team, not in the NFL, or they're on this team and they don't need to be. And the only reason why they're on this team is because A, we don't have the money to pay anybody else, and B, the GM can't sign anybody else because of how he does business, his decision making. So to me, that means they both need to go. So I'm with y'all on the bring out the brooms and the dustpans and clean house. But my downside to that is I don't think Shane's going anywhere. And part of the reason why I believe that is Sneaky, that graphic that I sent you on Tuesday, where I underlined it. Shane is also the VP of the Giants.
That's part of the title. Yeah, that's part of the title.
So they probably ain't gonna let him go. They'll use Daboll as a scapegoat. Shane gets another year, and hopefully we get a better head coach who's able to pick a better defensive coordinator. I never really liked Kafka as an OC. I thought Kansas City did a lot better after they let go of Kafka than when they had him.
All right, Drew, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, what say you about the whole
Joe Shane, point blank. Joe Shane needs to go. Brian Dable needs to go. They all need to go. It's time to clean house. You know, we talk about close wins, and you're saying close wins because of Dable moves, and I'm not even saying you're wrong on that. But here's the thing: the Giants lost 6 games last year by 1 score or less.
6?
6.
Jeez.
So that's not unusual. That is par for the course. It's what we've done. Week 2 against the Commanders, lost by 3 points. Week 4 against the Cowboys, 5 points.
5 points.
Yeah, week 8 against the Steelers, 8 points. That's technically 1 score.
Yeah.
Commanders, week 9, 5 points. Panthers, 3 points.
3 points.
You got 7 points to the Cowboys in week 13. Lost by 3 points to the Saints in 14, and lost by 7 points to the Eagles in 18.
Dude.
So this is exactly what we've been doing for years. This is the continuity that John Mayer said he wanted. What he said, let's keep Dable. I want continuity. There's your continuity.
You know, ironically, Drew, I said the same thing at the beginning of the season when I was on that when I did that call in for when they do the Giants show, they'll call in.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that one of the guys corrected me, which I mean, it was a valid correction. He said, a lot of those touchdowns were scored in garbage time.
Yes.
Well, I mean, which is true. So, I mean, the score does not indicate the full game per se. But, obviously the final score is the final score. But then again, the mantra, coming into this year should be finish it.
Yeah.
We were close last year. We competed. We scored these touchdowns, but we didn't cross the finish line. And I think if we had that type of mantra, if you will, maybe we would have finished the Broncos game. Maybe we wouldn't have had 5 turnovers against the
Saints.
Maybe
we don't know how to win.
Maybe we would have scored a couple more touchdowns week 1. Maybe
we would have scored a touchdown week 1.
Well, maybe Russ wouldn't have throw that pick against the Cowboys. I know it's all
would have not played 20 yards off the receivers against the Cowboys. That
right.
kind of typical.
So,
Shane, I'm done with that this week, because how are you going to have a trade deadline pass and not get rid of dead weight that is not going to be there at the end of the season?
Especially when Jacoby Myers went for a 5th-round pick.
Get
4th and 5th.
Mother.
No, I'm not talking about Jacoby
like-
Myers and that kind of stuff. I'm not talking about adding. What I'm saying is, literally, there was reports he was on the phone having conversations with the Raiders, and Evan Neal's not gone. I don't give a damn what they offer you. I'll take a 7th-round pick in 2052.
But you think John Mara has
Yeah,
something
I mean,
to
you're
do with
right,
that
because
for
we didn't
him-
even pick up
him-
his 5th-year option.
No, I think John
Yeah.
Mara has this image of being a meddler much more than he actually is. You think John Mara is going to sit there and say, "Oh yeah, there's this 1st-round pick that you guys love so much, you healthy scratch him every single week, and he's a free agent at the end of the year. Obviously, we won't tag him. Obviously, he doesn't want to be here because we don't ever put him in a game. Plus, we meddled and messed up in his injury a couple of years ago. Why the hell would he want to come back here? John Mara is not an idiot. He knows this guy's not coming back. You take any.
Yo, can I speak to that though? Like that's a big reason why the Giants are what they are, is because of the Mara family. And I know Giants fans don't like to speak about it because there's nothing we can do about it. We can fire the GM, we can fire the head coach, but when you have to justify every move you make, because that's, the media plays a big part in it too. They'll say, well, the Giants jumped up and got Jalen Hyatt, so why are you using him for bubble screens or drag routes? And that's the big part of why we are so mediocre, because we have to justify every move we make, every draft pick that we make. So when you see a player from the Giants get moved to another team and they just start doing good things, is because they don't have to justify how they use them so little or so big, like Evan Neal, how he's redshirted. I mean, he's benched, and they're like, well, that was the 7th pick overall this year, this certain year. Why are they doing this? The problem with the Giants, we have to explain to our owner why we are doing these things, where the Eagles, Howie don't explain nothing. He just does it and they go with it. And that's why
Howie doesn't explain anything because he has 2 Lombardi trophies as a GM. That's exactly why he doesn't explain anything. You had mentioned earlier about Jalen Hyatt, with a bubble screen and what do you call it, end around. I wish I could see Jalen Hyatt on a bubble screen. I wish I could see him do a dig route. I did not see enough of him. I will say this right now. We should not be shocked if Hyatt goes to another team and balls out.
Yes, sir.
We should not be shocked. And I'm gonna be I gotta say this too. It's not surprising when a player or a coach leaves a team for another organization and they just blossom. That happens. That's the NFL. And to be fair, when we have those conversations, or when people approach you with those conversations, like Xavier McKinney, look, Green Bay was already a good team. Here he just enhanced that defense. Mm-hmm. Barkley going to Philly. Philly was already a good team. He just enhanced the running game. Who else was I just thinking? Well, and also let's talk about the coaches.
Julian Love.
Well, Julian Love is Julian Love, but I'm like, let's talk about. I'm sorry,
Leonard Williams.
Yeah, I mean he's balling out in San Francisco, Seattle. Yeah. But all I'm saying, it's not uncommon for players and or coaches to go to another organization and ball out. I mean, look at the Chiefs head coach. Where was he at before? Eagles. I mean, so all I'm saying is just when people now let's say Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones has a legitimate argument, because the Colts, last year, and we're going off of last year turning into this year, Jonathan Taylor was injured majority of the year. Mm-hmm. They didn't have as much of an offensive line. The defense wasn't as stout as they are now. Now, granted, you got a healthy Jonathan Taylor, you got a healthy offensive line, and you got a competent quarterback, which I think we knew Jones was a competent quarterback. He just didn't look like it. He did not look like it when he was with us. And he will say that he did not win enough games with us.
Yep.
And look,
and he'll never throw us under the bus. Never throw us under the bus.
And you know the thing too. Look, we can say what we want about players, and again, I can honestly see Hyatt balling out when he goes somewhere else.
Yeah, he can get at least 100 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, and the thing is, when that happens, I'm happy for them. I hope they do find success. I'm a Hyatt fan. I am. And I was happy when we got him because I love the fact that he beat Alabama, right? He got those touchdowns to beat Alabama, and that put him on the map.
Yep.
And I'm happy for Jones because Jones got ridiculed. He got slammed when he signed that big contract. No, we don't want you. We want Saquon. But I'm glad he is getting the success that he's getting. We can't fault players for wanting to get better or be better when they leave us. We can't. And I'm going to land the plane on this. Who's to say that when Dable leaves us, that he's not going to be better for it?
I'll say it.
Well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can. I know you got
to begin with. He never succeeded anywhere except for Buffalo.
Yeah,
he's had 3 other stops as an OC, never succeeded anywhere. And I will say this, as far as ownership and the players having to answer for things, I think that's way overstated, because if that's the case, going back to 2022, would Dable have been able to sit Kenny Golladay as much as he did with that massive contract? Where the ownership goes wrong is not meddling with the players. It's not meddling with the decisions. I honestly think they let most of that go with the coaching and the GM. Now, do they get a little frustrated when they lose all the time and maybe start butting in a little bit more? Yeah, that's every job. When you're not doing things right in your job, your boss is going to go after you a little bit. That's life.
Yeah.
But what it boils down to is his only issue he really has, and it's kind of a weird thing to call out as an issue, is his loyalty. Because he has people, and a lot of them are friends and family, that have been around for multiple regimes that suck at their job, and he can't get rid of those guys because of personal connections. You know, look at a guy like Ronnie Barnes, who's been with us for 90 of the 101 years now that the Giants have been around for.
I agree. I do agree with that.
Leave Ronnie alone. Ronnie didn't do nothing to you.
Tim McDonald. Tim McDonald needs to go to a farm, E-I-E-I-O, because the guy sucks at everything he does for the Giants, point blank.
Jeez.
But he's a Mara. Even though the last name's McDonald, he's a Mara. He's not going anywhere. That's what happens. They've injected so many friends and family into this franchise. And this is why we need a true football czar, for lack of a better term, to come in here and have full control to release anybody who's involved anything in football decisions whatsoever. Listen, if you want to bring a family member into this and do some nepotism stuff, it happens at every company. I'm not knocking it. Go be in charge of doing the jingles and commercials and that bullshit. Leave the goddamn team itself alone.
Yeah, but Joe, you're talking about, if not 80 to like 90% of these NFL teams.
Oh, I don't dispute that. But what I'm saying
it's not just the Giants. I mean, it's a lot of teams that
regimes, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
you go into like really high positions within the company like that. That's what I'm saying. That's the problem I have, and it happens all the time. These guys just survive GM after GM. We're like, oh, it's the GM's fault. It's the GM's fault. Look at the guy on the left that's telling him what to do at that point. That's cut nephews of the owner. Like, you don't think that's part of the problem?
That's so factual right there. What are you saying, though?
That's Mara's problem. He's too loyal, and this is why. And I'm telling you, there's only one guy I can think of right now that I'd love to be a football czar and go in and be able to do whatever the hell he wants to the football operations, not the business, the football operations specifically. And I think he would love doing it to a certain degree because of how his time ended here, and that's Tom Coughlin.
Oh yeah,
Dude, if we could bring back Tom Coughlin, I'd be so happy.
President of operations.
Fellas, could y'all just imagine you being hired as the GM of the New York Giants, and you have to work with his son-in-law or brother-in-law or brother, and these people are not going to go nowhere, and you have to run everything past these people, and take what they say in heavy consideration. That has to be pretty hard to do, man.
But I will say this though, there is some truth to that. But however, the ownership will allow the GM to run the team. I mean, just look at when Gettleman was the GM. What did he do? He traded one of our popular players. Look what Shane did. We did not re-sign Saquon.
Now, with
Oh wow,
Gettleman,
he actually said his
not to
name.
interject too much, but are you saying OBJ when you say that?
Well, who did I say?
You said
You just said one of our popular players.
I mean,
Yeah, Odell Beckham. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so yeah, you don't think ownership after he talked trash about Eli and did all the stuff he did was okay with him being gone?
Yeah, that's also true.
Wait. Beckham spoke trash about Eli.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he did.
I was not made aware of
Why
that.
they traded him? He talked trash about Eli. You don't do
Yeah,
that.
he basically like when asked is like the quarterback the problem, he didn't say, "Oh heck no." He said, "I don't." All he said was, "I don't know," essentially throwing Eli under the bus. And also, like that's the whole reason that, like, I know people miss Xavier McKinney, but truthfully, I wasn't too mad when they let him walk, especially after finding out what I found out.
What'd you find out?
It was like during a time where he was hurt. I don't. It was like I think it was during the 2023 season. He was going on podcasts and talking smack about the Giants and like how they were losing. I'm like, well, here's an idea. Why don't you get your ass out on the field and try and make sure we don't lose?
Not be riding ATV around.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know how stupid that makes you look?
Yeah.
So here's what OBJ said. I don't have the exact quote, but this is an article I found real quick that kind of paraphrased it. So they said that Manning is not able to get out of the pocket. Said Manning's passes are pretty safe, and he wanted to go over the top of somebody instead of catching shallow routes. And he also wouldn't rule out Eli being the reason for the struggling offense.
I was not made aware of this.
Yeah, that was right before he got traded.
And that's why if you're going to say stuff like that, then that's.
You know what's crazy? It's like, why does he even care? It's like low key shallow passes are kind of what made his career.
Y'all
Like
hurting
him
my
catching
heart
short
right now.
passes,
Right?
and
It kind of,
taking it to the house.
I mean, and also think
yeah,
about
that
it.
was during that Lil Wayne sit down when he sat down with Josina Anderson.
Yep.
Wow.
You guys are ruining my childhood.
I know, right?
Sorry, Corbin.
Right?
It's just
Here's
the
another
truth.
good couple questions for you. Would you say the senior player personnel executive is probably an important position within the organization and how they build a team?
I'd hope so.
Man,
Yes, sir.
That's Chris Mara, John Mara's brother.
of course.
Let's see. Tim McDonald, we talked about him before there. That's John Mara's nephew. He's the team's director of player personnel. His sister, Susan, is also on the board, which you kind of expect as an ownership of the family thing at that point. So I won't knock that one as much. And his other brother, Frank, is the vice president of community relations. So again, those are jobs I'm okay with. Do the community relations, do the business part of things. You don't get a spot like where you get to keep that when this team keeps failing. If those guys were not related to John Mara, do you think they still have their job for how long they had him for?
Hell no.
Well, I mean, that's like saying if Jerry Jones was an actual GM, would he still keep his job as a GM if he wasn't the owner? I mean, it kind of,
Jerry Jones is so old, I'm surprised he doesn't wake up in the morning and think he's in Hogwarts or something. Are you kidding me?
I kind of want to just quickly touch on this Beckham thing, because for me, the trade came to, I'll never forget it. It was a shock. But now that I hear the reasoning behind it, not so much.
And
but at the same time,
he said, I didn't sign him to trade him. He never said he wouldn't trade him. He said, I didn't sign him to trade him.
Right.
There's a very key difference in the word. And I had no problem with that. A lot of people hated that. I had no problem with that whatsoever, because you know what? What do you want to do? Go to the podium and say, we're trading OBJ? Now you just lower the trade value.
And maybe it was, Beckham's ignorance when he was talking about Eli, because he had never got to that level of play when he left Eli.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now, the fact that he did go to Cleveland and then got his ring with the Rams and Baltimore, kind of humbled him a little bit to where, he wanted to finish his career as a Giant. which again, I don't think it's going to happen.
He would play for any team that would sign him. Let's be honest.
Well, right now, yes,
He's just
right
playing
now.
the Giants' heartstrings of the fans because he knows we suck and people miss him.
H-Town, what's going on? So hold on. H-Town says, hope they stay healthy, get a top draft pick, and a new regime. It's nothing else to be done. Let the players go who don't need to return and keep the dogs, Dex, Tibbs, Carter, Burns, Thomas for sure. Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. Well, I think now we've reached that time. And I want to bring, let's see, can I bring anybody else in? Okay, Dash, what's going on? X, what's going on?
Yo. How's everyone?
Good. How
Good,
you
man.
doing?
How are you?
Good.
So before I get off the air, and Dash, you kind of reminded me, the Dallas Cowboys. I do talk a lot of mess about them. Yes,
34 years and counting.
Yes, I hate the Dallas Cowboys. However, it's a football team, and this is football. But an event happened last night that goes beyond football.
Yeah.
And it, was the death of a player. What was his, go ahead, Dash. What was his name?
Marshall Nealon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he made I actually watched a little bit of Monday Night Football, and he scored the touchdown from the punt block.
Yep.
Now, guys, real quick, mental health is real. It's something that us guys don't talk about as much, especially black men. We don't talk about it enough.
We do not.
We need to recognize it and talk about it a little more.
We do not.
But I will say this: it is not a black and white thing. It's not a Puerto Rican thing, a Latino thing, Asian, American, Dominican. I could, all the. It's a serious thing, and it's not a man or a woman thing. It's or an adult or a child. It's real, and if I'm not mistaken, if you feel that you need someone to talk to on a crisis line, if I'm not mistaken, I think that number is 988.
Yep, 988.
988. Just give them a call. And I feel bad because veterans. I know there is a veteran hotline, although I don't have the number off the top of my head. But
what?
Someone's got the Kermit the Frog meme.
I know, right? That's
right. Like, what is going on?
It still seems to be 988, and then press 1.
Oh, for the veterans?
Yeah, I guess it looks like it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Dash, do you break a lot of keyboards?
Dash in
No.
the clutch.
It's just how my keyboard typed.
But seriously, guys, 1 minute, and you don't know. 1 minute, you're I've had I don't want to talk about my personal experiences. Just get help if you need someone to talk to. If you have peaks and valleys, make sure you talk to the right people. It would pain me if anybody here was affected by their mental health, because again, that's you guys are the main reasons why I created this type of show, for a distraction, for some time amongst fans, because this is a almost a fraternity like
out here, fellas.
Yeah, it's like a fraternity like thing here, because we all love sports. It's not limited to just guys. Women, you're more than welcome to join. Shout out to
Yeah, there's always room.
Tanya.
There's not.
It's like a support group because we all have mental health issues being New York.
I think, yeah, especially
if that's not facts, I don't know what it is, Drew.
That's very true.
It's
The
a
only
mental health
person-
issue still being a fan.
Right now, the only person that shouldn't have any complaints whatsoever is X. That's the only person right now.
Why me?
Because you guys
It's
have a
the
winning
Patriots
record.
fan.
Yeah.
I think you guys won 7 straight or.
We won
Yeah,
6
they won
straight, and I
6.
finally bought an actual jersey.
Is that a Drake May jersey?
Yes, it's a Drake May rivalry jersey.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the only thing saving my mental health.
It's all right. We're gonna help you get a win in a couple weeks too. Don't you worry.
No, you're not. We're gonna be how many games till we play?
Dude, we play week 13 on Monday night. You really think the Giants have a chance at beating you?
No, I think we play Thursday.
We'll probably
Monday. We already
we'll probably be winning a bunch of games straight.
Monday?
We're beating the Bucks this Sunday.
Yeah, it's Monday. I was gonna say no because we only had 3 primetime games.
Yeah,
So-
we have a Thursday night against the Jets, so I'm not watching Thursday night football.
Why? It's on right now.
Why?
Good game.
Oh, yeah, it
No,
is.
I'm not watching the Jets
Oh, yeah, it is
Patriots
Monday night.
Thursday night football game.
Dude, it's your Patriots are playing though.
I don't want to watch the Jets. Okay.
Okay, but you're not watching it for the Jets. You're watching it for the Patriots.
I know, but the Patriots.
I want to
always
play the
find-
Jets as a
Patriots
Giants
always
fan. I
find
wanna
some
play the
reason to fuck up.
Right. But Drew, I don't want to play the Jets because if we lose, then we really hit rock bottom.
Dude, I would have
Another
actually
Snoopy Bowl.
cried. I would have
Lose, you're gonna
actually
hear from
cried.
me.
But well, and Dash and X, I appreciate you guys, being on the show. You guys are waiting for a while. I'll be real. You guys
No, I've
waiting
been
for a
back
while.
here I almost fell asleep.
Yeah, I know. Me too, and I'm hosting the
I'm
show.
getting old.
But
Getting old?
X,
How old are you? Hold on. How old are you?
I'm 20, but I have back problems because I fell off a flight of stairs and fucked up all the nervous systems in my back. So,
Ow!
Let me just
yeah,
back issues
I'm
aside.
21 with a 70-year-old man's body issues.
You're 20. You will never feel better than you do right now, probably.
No, my back and knees hurt every day I wake up.
Ouch, man.
yeah, that's my world right now.
Hey,
Yep.
Sneaky, I gotta go. I just got a phone call. I have to go do my job.
All right, man. Let me hear one time, man.
Let's go Giants. Oh,
Hey, be safe out there, brother. All right. So real quick, let's see. Sully, go ahead and start us off, man. Give me your final thoughts. Got like 30 seconds. What you got?
All right, so fire everybody. Start brand new.
That's real. That's real. That is.
Burn it down.
Did I say fire everybody?
Yes, you did.
Yes.
No, I don't
Nah,
think so.
you ain't say it yet. You ain't say it
You
yet.
didn't say it yet.
Oh,
no.
okay. Fire everybody. Start brand new. The upside to it is that we can take out of it. We from the eye test right now, from what we've been seeing in these first 9 games, we do have a franchise quarterback. We don't have somebody that's just going to stare down one wide receiver. And the offensive line is playing better.
Also true.
So we do have something to look forward to, barring we get the right people in place to see it through.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, mental health is real. Talk to somebody if you need to. Love all y'all. Yeah, I'm saying Sneaky. Love you.
Love you too, fam.
Let's go Giants. Ow.
Appreciate you, fam. Dash, go ahead, man. What you got? So you got 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Well, for the Cowboys, it's their bye week right now. So I'm really hoping they just recover. And I really want our defensive coach. I forgot his name already, though.
Matt Eberflus.
Yes. He needs to go.
Hey, do me a favor. Just keep him the rest of the season. Then
No.
Go ahead, Dash. 15 seconds.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, get him. I can't speak anymore. Get rid of him. And I just hope the players recover from this loss. Again, mental health. But yeah, I mean, I really hope the Cowboys just do recover. In the bye week and go on strong against the Raiders next week.
I appreciate you, man. Let me hear it one time.
Let's go, Giants. Oh,
have a good one. Hey, it's good to see you, Dash. Be good. X, what you got? 30 seconds. Go.
For these past 5 years, my team has sucked balls, and I can actually say we're back to winning for some reason.
You are so spoiled.
Listen.
5 years, huh?
Boston Sports has put mental health in my head. but Patriots actually have been playing good. Drake May is starting to has 2 good receivers and the rest are mid, but he can show why he deserves to be there. Also, we have an actual coach. Plus, I don't know what I was going to say. It's always going to see you, Sneaky. Danny, even though he's muted, fuck the Knicks.
So what Tom Brady was.
Let me hear one time, man.
Let's go Giants. Ow.
Appreciate you. Jalen, what you got, man?
All right. Well, final thoughts. Fire everybody. Fellas, I know this is a very tumultuous time for us Giants fans, but light at the end of the tunnel. Think about it this way. With every loss brings about the end of this regime. So for those of you that are tired of it just like me, bye-bye. Hit the bricks and don't ever come back to New York.
I appreciate you. Let me hear one time.
All right. Sneaky, fellas, love y'all. Let's go Giants. Ow!
Appreciate you. Perfect timing.
Baby.
Daryl, what you got, man?
You know what I got, Sneaky?
Was
we play at home against the Chicago Bears. And if
we're playing in Chicago.
Yep.
I swear it was at home, but okay.
Yeah.
Either way, it's a away game for the Giants at this point.
Yeah. We get dog walked in Chicago, and Brian Dable is gonna have to find a new ride home.
Might be some truth to that.
Nah, for real. I mean, if John Mara was that irate in Denver, what do you think he's gonna do in Chicago?
Yeah.
You talking about the Morash thing on WFAN?
Yeah.
Yes. Was it
I trust that worth nothing whatsoever.
really?
Nope. I mean, listen, I have no source, but let me put it this way. If being embarrassed in Denver was almost enough to get you fired, how do you survive getting embarrassed against the Eagles and getting embarrassed against the 49ers?
That's a good point.
Well, they talked him off the ledge. That's kind of where they're going with that. But we knew. Look, the writing was on the wall. Mara said last year. But Daryl, let me hear one time, man.
Let's go Giants. Ow!
Appreciate you, fam. Yeah, writing's on the wall. I mean, it's not like I'll be shocked if no changes are made. Keefe, what you got, man?
Yo, okay. Sunday's a game. I'm never gonna root against the team. I'm always gonna want them to win. I still want a good draft pick though. Look, hopefully Brian DeBoer, I don't never root for nobody get fired, but hopefully he gets let go. We can see what Mike Kafka got as the interim head coach. So we can see how to move forward with this regime. I don't know if Joe Shane goes. I don't really care at this point. I just need Brian DeBoer gone. So, hey, let's go Giants. Ow!
Appreciate you, fam. Yeah, I think, like I said, the writing's on the wall. Drew, what you got? I'll hear Danny. Let Danny get the last word.
So since I came in midway through, did you guys talk about the Antonio Brown thing?
Oh my God! No.
I'm taking it from my 30 seconds. Man. Antonio Brown officially being extradited from Dubai back to America for charges of attempted murder.
He tried to escape that shit.
Yeah.
So, this is going back to May, where he got accused of grabbing a handgun from a security staffer after a boxing match, firing 2 shots at a guy that he got in a fist fight with earlier in the day. And he was
CTE, that's CTE for you, brother.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we all know the Vontaze perfect hits on him was what.
Yeah,
That
was a bad hit.
That's the one everybody blames it on. But yeah, he is officially being extradited. He's actually being sent to Jersey and then down to Miami from there.
Wow.
So that's probably the end of his freedom for quite a while. And if he's willing to do something like that, then rightfully so.
Oops, hold up. Let me X out of that.
So somebody having a worse week than the Giants.
What's your final thoughts, Drew?
We have a team that can run the ball very good that we're playing this week, and we have a team in us that can't stop the run worth anything whatsoever. Bet all your money on the Bears.
So we're basically screwed, right, Drew?
Basically screwed. but listen, you never. Here's the funny thing with the Giants: is you give up all hope, and then every so often they play really good. Like, oh shit, maybe there's hope after all. And then the next week they bring it back down to earth again. So you just never know what game that's going to be. Where all of a sudden they play good, but with all the injuries and everything going on, I mean, looks like Paulson Adebo is not going to play. Looks
You
like
saw the injury list, man?
Oh, I mean,
It was like a freaking scroll, like a freaking bro.
Yeah.
I was like,
you see the Bears injury list? All three running backs are on the injury list. Their two top receivers are on the injury list. Their free safety, their defensive end is on there. They're not healthy either. But here's the difference: they have a good coach. We don't. So we're done.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Let me hear one time, Drew.
Let's go Giants! Ow!
Appreciate you, fam.
Man, oh man.
Man, it's good seeing you, Danny. It's good seeing you,
Good
brother.
seeing you, brother. Always a good time on your show,
What you
baby.
got, man?
Listen, I mean, it's time for a new regime to come in here, and new face, fresh faces, new start burning down. Yeah, I just it's time. It's time. We just been depressed too much, brother. It's been tough times. I think new faces will make days brighter around here.
Something, bro.
Yeah, man, we need it. We need it. But yeah, brother. Have a good night. Love you, brother. And let's go Giants. Ow. Peace.
Appreciate you. Oh man. Great show tonight. I want to thank everybody for coming on. Appreciate y'all. Look, it's really hard for me to say who needs to be fired and who doesn't. I will just say this. A change needs to be made. I'll just say that. A change needs to be made. Because for me, I don't want anybody to say I need to be fired. And I don't want to be hypocritical in that aspect of it. But a change does need to happen. And I really, in my heart of hearts, I wanted this regime to be the one that I could hang my hat on. I wanted this group. I mean, the season's not over. We don't know what's going to happen. We can only guess and speculate, but I'm still, we have an opportunity to go 10-7. I said it. We have an opportunity. Now, if that happens, it happens. Am I holding my breath? No, I'm not. But again, like I said, I had so much faith in this regime. I had so much faith in this season. I had so much faith and hope in this season. And I still have it. I'm still going to be watching the game. I'm still going to be rooting them on. Guys, I want you to know one thing. This is not just a football team for me. I'm not just a fan. I'm not, this isn't just a hobby. For me, this is a way of life. It's a way of life. And damn it, when Eli said only a giant, you damn right. I'm only a giant. And it pains me every Sunday when we lose. It pains me that here in a couple weeks, we're going to start talking about the draft. It pains me that we're not going to be playing meaningful games this month, next month, or in January. We're just going to be there, participating. It pains me when now Giant fans are going to say, no, don't win that game. We want to get a better draft pick. I'm sick and tired of that. And I hate the fact that 22, we said it earlier tonight, was a fluke. I'm sick and I don't want to believe that. But I have no other way of not believe in that. Hold on. Shannon said, y'all won Super Bowl. Stop crying. Oh, I know. Oh, don't look. Hold on. Wait. Pause. Don't get it twisted. Look, not only do we have them 4 Lombardis, we already got 4 championships prior to the Lombardis. We are a historic football team. And it's not that I'm, like you said, crying, but the fact of the matter is that we got to do something. We've only won double digits, twice since 2011? Or was it once, if I'm not mistaken? I don't, it gets old when your team loses over and over and over again. Yes, we've had success 10 years ago or more, but I don't want to sit here like the Dallas Cowboys and brag about the Super Bowls that I won 30 years ago. I don't want to be that fan. I want to talk about the Super Bowls we won last year or 2, 3 years. No, I don't want to wait. Look, 2011 was a long time ago. Long time ago. And then 2007 was even further than that. Hell, that's when my son was born. And, I mean, you could call it crying if you want. It don't matter to me. I don't. It's more so whining. You know what I'm saying? I'll say more so whining. Hold on. That dude said, we are that guy that hits on the hot woman at the bar just to find out one of them likes personalities. Shannon, you said it takes about 10 years to get to the mountaintop. Bro, it takes longer than that. We're talking about 1990 to 2007. That's what we're talking about. I mean, I don't mind bragging about the Super Bowl we went in 2000. Okay, because I mean, we made it to the Sweden and we weren't successful. And I'm not going to sit here. I mean, I love the 1986 Super Bowl. Phil Simms, happy belated birthday, by the way. That's my guy. Mr. 22 of 25, Super Bowl MVP. But yeah, you're right. It takes 10 years. It takes 10 years. And some teams, you're right. Oh, and Shane, you said right. You're right. Some teams have never won it. And they got something to gripe about. But so do I. My team got me spoiled. We were a winning franchise in the 80s, early 90s, and then mid to late 90s. We were a winning team when we picked up Eli, when we drafted Eli in the mid, 2000s, late 2000s. We were Super Bowl champions 2 times out of 4 years. I miss those days. Something got to change, guys. Something got to change. Because I do not want to sit here like them dang Dallas Cowboy fans talking about, oh, we got fun. Yeah, 30 years ago. No, we're better than that. We are better than that. But you know what? Like I said it, and I'll say it again, we're earning our stripes. We are earning our stripes. Giant fans, hang in there. Hang in there. Just watch the games. Grin it and bear it. And celebrate the small victories. Even if it's winning a game against Philly or against the Cowboys or against the Commanders. Enjoy the moments watching a game with your loved one, your dad, your mom, your brother, sister, friend, uncle, cousin, whatever it is. Just enjoy the Sundays. And one year, they will surprise all of us. And then all this sadness, all this pain and suffering that we're going through right now, it'll be so worth it. Trust me, I know. When I'm gonna never forget watching a movie with Scott Bakula in it, Unnecessary Roughness. He's told his guys in the huddle, I know you're in pain now. I know you're hurting now. I know that, your back is hurting, your knees are throbbing. But when you get in that end zone, I swear to God, you ain't going to feel a damn thing. And to all the Giant fans out there, that moment where we get to raise that Lombardi trophy again, this will all be a blip on the radar. I appreciate y'all. Have a good night. Keep your damn hands to yourself and make somebody smile. And if you need some help, please do not hesitate to talk to somebody. I love y'all. Let's go, Giants. Ow!
Is this thing on?
It's your boy, Stefan, a.k.a. Sneakyg.
Yeah. Lyrical assassin.
Let's go, Giants.